Prologue. Night. The office of the chief judge, Andrei Levitsky, a man with an impeccable reputation. He sits at his desk, leafing through old folders. In one of them, a case from 15 years ago stamped, "Closed. Insufficient evidence." Levitsky switches on a voice recorder. He speaks calmly, as if he knows he won't be heard right away. There are cases that must never be closed, even when the system asks you to. Act 1. A death that shouldn't exist in the morning. The judge is found dead in his office. The door is locked from the inside. No signs of a struggle. The official conclusion, sudden cardiac arrest. The case is almost immediately set to be closed. But investigator Ilya Kornev notices details. The judge's watch stopped at 2:17, although the cameras show he was working until 2:25 on the desk. A voice recorder with a file dated tomorrow, the court's server was rebooted for exactly 3 minutes during the night Kornev is experienced, cold, and inconvenient for his superiors, and he feels it clearly. This is not just a death. Act 2. A case from the past. Kornev begins reviewing Levitsky's most recent rulings. 3 high-profile acquittals over the past few years. A former police officer accused of kidnapping a businessman connected to underground clinics. A lawyer who destroyed key evidence in an old case. Formally, everything is clean. But there is a strange coincidence. All 3 cases mention the same name. A teenager who disappeared 15 years ago. Kornev pulls the archives. The case was closed quickly. The main argument, false testimony by a witness. The investigator's signature on the protocol. Ilya Kornev. Act 3. Pressure. Kornev is called in for a talk. He is gently advised. Don't touch the case. The judge's death was natural. The archives are better left alone. At the same time, witnesses begin to change their statements. One of the involved figures dies in an accident. A folder appears in Kornev's apartment, one he never brought home. Inside the folder is a copy of the old protocol, but with edits. Someone else's handwriting. Someone is rewriting the past. Right now. Act 4. The recorder. Kornev finally listens to the recording. Levitsky's voice. You won't remember right away. Memory is the most convenient tool for lies. I gave the system 15 years to fix itself. It failed. A pause. If you've made it this far, it means you're still capable of choosing. Memories begin to surface for Kornev. A night interrogation, a phone call from above in order to make it look neat. He wasn't a villain. He was convenient. Act 5. The truth about the judge's death. A quietly conducted examination reveals Levitsky knew about a serious illness and understood his time was limited. He staged nothing illegal. He simply left the system with no way to bury the case again. The locked office was a legal trap. The server reboot was an automated data protection process activated in advance. The recorder with the future date was a backup error no one bothered to question. Levitsky didn't create a crime. He created an inconvenient truth. Act 6. Resolution. Kornev does what no one expects. He publicly reopens the old case. He submits 2 protocols, the official one and the real one. He admits his role in falsifying the evidence. The system begins to collapse, not because of one criminal, but because of a confession. The last recording of Levitsky. Justice isn't in verdicts, it's in the one who stands up and says, "It was me." Finale. Kornev leaves the courtroom no longer an investigator. He has lost everything that once made him successful. But for the first time, with Yaksten, he walks straight ahead, without looking back. The camera lingers on the judge's empty office. On the desk, a folder marked closed forever.